Wojo joined us now. And Woj, I'm not sure if you've heard, but there's a bit of a turf war going on here at 97.1 The Ticket between the O'Reilly Factor from 2 to 6, the No Spin Zone, and our show. And so I ask you to take a side.
It's more Valenti versus Jamie. I'm pretty much out of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the O'Reilly Factor versus Rachel Maddow? Is that what's going on?
Well, I mean, you can call Valenti whatever you want. If you want to call him Rachel Maddow, that's fine. I called him Sean Hannity, which you didn't like very much. So, but you must pick a side. It's either me or Mike. Which one is it? Go.
Why won't you people just get along? What is wrong with you?
Because conflict drives ratings. People like it. It's juicy. It's saucy.
It's entertaining. I do like the back and forth. Every day I tune in. How is Valenti going to insult Jamie? How is Jamie going to fire back?
Ooh.
I just make my popcorn and listen away. Woo!
You best bring your popcorn.
I side with, you know me, as I've long been accused by Valenti and others. I'm kind of right in the middle on this one. I can see both sides. I'm going to play the Stoney role in that one, okay?
You can ride the fence along with Stoney. Perfect. Woj, I don't know where you want to start, but we'll start with New York since you're heading there. What exactly? I mean, because I don't know if you've read about this, but apparently college basketball has turned into the most corrupt entity since the Nixon White House. As you go to celebrate your favorite sport in New York City, what exactly are you expecting to see other than the virtuous John Beeline?
Wiretaps. I'm just going to go there looking for FBI wiretaps.
Yes. I mean, I think everything. I think they're going to Mike Izzo on the sideline.
In all seriousness, it is. I don't know if it's going to be a zoo or this. The Yahoo report with the FBI stuff. If that was just sort of a quasi news dump without all the real. I mean, there hasn't been much backing it up yet, so we're still waiting to see and hear that. I have a feeling. I know this is going to come as a shock and it's going to surprise you and disappoint you. I have a feeling it might just be about basketball, maybe, for the next few days.
With the New York Post? Yeah, right.
Well, I mean, they can ask questions and stuff, certainly, as they should, as everybody should, but I don't know if any new information or revelations are going to come out, and people have to be careful, you know. I know this goes back to the O'Reilly Factor from 2 to 6. I know they're anti-ESPN, and ESPN has definitely screwed some things up on, like the Sean Miller reporting and other things. So I think maybe people are going to be a little bit careful on following up on this. But I'm just going to make sure that nobody slips a wiretap on me, because you don't need to hear me ordering a sandwich at 3:30 in the morning. You understand what I'm saying?
No, or what happens after the sandwich is digested.
Yeah, and I put sandwich in air quotes.
Well, let me ask you a question. You know some of the people at Yahoo pretty well, and I imagine you've talked to some of them. Is there really a lot more coming, you think?
I think so. I mean, I suppose so. They're being sort of and it's weird because, I mean, the FBI is not like, okay, let's give them this page today. Okay, let's give them. I mean, I think these leaks are coming from other people, maybe people involved with the defense. So I don't think it's necessarily being orchestrated by the FBI. But, yeah, there's definitely more coming. And here's the one thing I want to say about this, the NCAA and the FBI probe and everything else, okay? People, if I can implore anything, and I would implore you guys and the O'Reilly Factor and everybody else, if I can implore anybody, let's stop falling for the okie doke. Let's stop taking the easy approach. Here's the easy thing. People read everything and talk about it, and here's the thing. This NCAA is such a mess. What a damn mess this NCAA is. Got to pay the players. Got to fix it. If they just paid the players, everything would be fixed. I can't stand it. It is such a simplistic, illogical, and unreasonable solution. Now, some things do need to change. There's so much more revenue. They do have to look at the Olympic model and players whose likenesses and autographs and jersey, whatever. There has to be a way, I think, to redistribute some of that. But let's not lose sight of the fact that there probably are some damn coaches being very sleazy out there,
No.
i.e. the Rick Pitino's of the world, allegedly. And they all, like Jay Billis's and even Dick Vitale's of the world, let them off the hook, and everything just gets lumped under this NCAA boogeyman. Oh, no, nobody, Pitino. It's the NCAA. It forces them to do this. And I heard our buddy, love him like a brother, Jalen Rose the other day talking about how NCAA has become like indentured servitude in the NCAA. You can't even, players have to pay back a $40 meal, and you can't. You know who would not agree with the indentured servitude angle, I think, is, Miles Bridges, because he returned for his second year.
Right.
If it was so bad, and I'm not saying he was saying that at all, I'm just saying what Jalen Rose was insinuating. If it's so bad, if you feel that way, and again, I'm not saying Bridges does, but in general, then why do players come back often for another year or wish they had come back for
maybe it's the
another year?
Stockholm Syndrome.
Okay, that could be. You're right. There you go. Good point.
LeBron said it all, so, he said it's corrupt, so that's it. Final.
Right. And did you watch an entire interview? He said it's corrupt, and they went, I don't have any answer. I have some thoughts. On
Yeah,
what
and my kids might be the way they're going. They might, we might have some decisions to make. Yeah.
Yeah, and again, I understand the discussion. I understand it. It pisses people off because the NCAA can be archaic and it can have some stupid rules and does need to be reformed. But that's not the entire answer. It's like, let's not, once it's proven, if it's proven, let's not let the evildoers off the hook either. It's like, oh, these agents, what are they supposed to do? They've got to help out these agents. The NCAA is so corrupt. These agents got to somehow help out these kids, right? Give me a break.
Well, so, obviously this is a little bit like the famous line in the movie, I'm shocked that gambling, I'm shocked. It's like we're seeing how the sausage is being made, and we've always known how the sausage is being made. So, you're known by your alter ego, Wojo Damas. So I would ask you to put on your Wojo Damas cap, and it looks like kind of a sunny day, so maybe the heavens will...
Sure,
yeah. College basketball in 10 years, what's your gut feeling? Will it look exactly the same and we'll be bitching about the same things and having the same conversations? Or do you think there will be a tangible change? You alluded to it. What would be wrong with having the agents agree to terms with a, I won't name names, I don't want to implicate anybody, let's say an elite high school senior saying, we'll represent you once you get out of college? Or if so-and-so is able to sign autographs for money, what's wrong with them signing autographs for money? And in a way, that would justify the expenditure for the elite players versus the non-elite players because they're the ones who are worth more, quite honestly.
I agree. There will be change. Absolutely. There's always been change. Remember when the ruination of the sport was going to be they jumped straight from high school, and that was going to kill college basketball and the NBA concurrently. They were both going to go down in flames. Remember that?
It did hurt them for a little while, though, to be fair, because you had a lot of Corleone Youngs in addition to the LeBron Jameses, and it didn't help.
Right.
It didn't help. But
so then
still,
what happened? There was more reform. They came in with the one and done.
Mm-hmm.
I could see more reform now with maybe the G League or the NBA being more affiliated, maybe in a way that you could play in the G League, but retain the right to return to college at some point. Remember, Jamie, you're old enough. Stoney, you're probably not old enough, but Jamie, you're old enough.
No, I'm not.
When it was such a big. Oh, remember the purity of the Olympics? They're all amateurs.
Yeah, exactly.
They would be ineligible if they did like a charity poster or something. And now, Lindsey Vonn makes millions of dollars, and nobody thinks it ruined the Olympics that they were allowed to keep endorsement money and the like. So, yeah, it seems like it will be seismic, and it seems like 10 years from now that it'll be. But it'll be different, and it should be different, and there should be adjustments. I'm not saying, just keep stuffing the NCAA coffers with money. No, there's more money, so there should be ways to distribute some of it. But just the whole notion of every school, all right, ante up, pay the players here, give them their check, write them, that is ridiculous. That won't happen. but there are other ways, and I think college basketball will survive.
All right, well, final thing for me. Final thing for me,
Survive.
Wojo. Okay, I know you don't root for any particular team, but you
Nope,
have to.
not me.
You have to be honest. You are rooting for Michigan and Michigan State to meet in the semifinals on Saturday. If that is the scenario, who wins?
You know what? I absolutely am rooting for that game on Saturday. Who wouldn't be, for God's sake? And, after some of the really awful early games in this Big Ten tournament, because the bottom half or the bottom two-thirds of the league is so bad.
Hey, screw you.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine watching Northwestern play? Oh, God, give me a break.
Against Penn State. Woo!
I do hope we see Michigan play Michigan State on Saturday, and I'm going to be cliche here and say that the revenge factor will be the difference, and Michigan State is playing very well with 12 wins in a row, although it's kind of like half by half, great halves and then not so great halves. Michigan's also playing very well. I do think it'd be a hell of a game. I think I'd go with the team, Michigan State, that lost the previous matchup. But let's just hope we get there. I'd be a little nervous if I were Michigan facing a very desperate Nebraska team on Friday. That's what I would be most nervous about if I were you.
Bob,
Yeah.
stay in your lane.
Jamie, stay in your lane.
Okay. There he is. Wojo. Wednesdays with Woj. See you, Woj.
Don't stop it. Don't shop at that grocery store, kiddo.
I wouldn't be caught dead shopping in that grocery store. 97.1 the
You
ticket.
guys behave.
All right. Bye-bye.